Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Enrique, aka Biggie's Comics, coming at you with this week's comic book haul. That's right, guys. I got my books this week. Not much at all to show you guys. I picked up only a few books. You already know. You already know the routine. Pull list is slim. You know, I've been putting together money for the Big Apple Con because that's coming up March 11th, I believe it is. That Saturday, me and the rest of the NY Warriors, we're all going to meet up over there and we're going to have a good time. So, you know, we just trying to save as much money as possible so we can have a good day. I do have some pickups that I picked up on not yet. I picked them up actually yesterday, not Wednesday, but they were pertaining to the books that came out on Wednesday. But I also have a set of books that I'm gonna bring to the Big Apple Con with me. Some signing, some are just gonna be straight up submission, and I figured I can show you guys those books also, so you can see what's gonna, you know, what books are actually gonna get slabbed. So let's just get on with it. Let me show you what I picked up this week real quick. The Flash number 16. Again, this is probably the only like Rebirth title tied into actually Rebirth that I'm picking up right now. I am gonna pick up the whole Button situation, you know, because that's like the midpoint through Rebirth, and you know we all know that the Button has to do with the comedian, with the Watchmen, the whole Three Jokers scenario, and you know that's something I really wanna I want to read. I want to get up to date with that. You know, I want to follow it. So I'm gonna keep Flash on my pull list, and Batman. When it comes to those issues, I'm gonna have him. I already pre-ordered the 3D lenticular covers. Marky316, he hooked us up with this website, DBCS, I believe it is. It's usually inside the advertisements, inside the all the comics, and we was able to get the 3D lenticular covers for pre-order $2.39 a piece. So it's Flash 21, Flash 22, Batman 21, and Batman 22. So we got all four of those for $2.39 each. So if you guys want to pre-order them, just check them out, because some stores don't. Well, my LCS doesn't really buy a bunch of variants, so that's why I figured I'll just pre-order them, and that way I'll have them. Yeah, so Flash 16 again. The artwork, I'm not really feeling these artwork, but the storyline's been great on it. You know, this one's it's featuring the Mirror Master, so it's always cool. All-Star Batman number 7. This is the regular cover. Again, I'm enjoying the way Scott Snyder is writing All-Star Batman. You know, it's a lot of action. This cover to me, I don't know how I feel about it. You guys tell me what you guys think about that cover. Not sold on the artwork on this book, too much. Then I picked up Aquaman 15. I'm not really following Aquaman, but I remember Marky316 showing this cover, and I thought this cover was badass. Black Manta looks really good. So I just looked through the rack and they had a couple left, so I picked it up. Then I had my son with me, and my son is 6 years old, and he's like, "Daddy, can I pick up a comic book?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever you want." And he goes right to his favorite monster. He loves Godzilla, so he picked up this one here, Godzilla Oblivion number 5. And we do like a story time thing, most of the nights before he goes to bed, and he's, instead of, we do read the school books that he has and stuff like that, but I tell him he can pick comic books also. So I have a little run of Godzilla books that I have never shown, in my videos, but I read them to him, because the reading on these are a lot harder than his school books, but it's cool. That's his favorite character. And then of course, Walking Dead 164, and you guys already know they're doing homage to what is that, 25 years of Image, and this is Ryan Otley after Jim Lee. Wildcats number 1, it's an homage to that cover, and to be honest, I don't know how I feel about this cover. James King of the Golden State was asking me yesterday how do I feel about it, because I'm used to Ryan Otley's, covers are really nice, and this one is kind of like, I wouldn't have known that this was him drawing this unless because it says it on the bottom there, after Ollie. That's the only reason I knew it was him, because it doesn't look like his style, but it looks like he was trying to he was obviously trying to recreate Wildcats, the Wildcats number 1 cover by Jim Lee, but I wouldn't have known if it was him without knowing. So that's it. That's all I picked up from my LCS. Like I said, I didn't go through any back issues. I just straight up picked up what was on my pull list. The only back issue, to me, I picked up was that Aquaman book, and that's it. And that was only because it was $2.99. So next, I want to show you some of the books that I've pulled out already that I'm gonna either submit at the Big Apple Con or I'm gonna have signed at the Big Apple Con. So let's just start with some of my submissions. This one right here, I'm gonna submit this one. This is Amazing Spider-Man 252, and I got this. I had bought this book about a year ago from my boy Mike Seif. But this book, the reason I'm submitting it, it's a cool book. Everyone knows what this book is, but it's such a high grade. I really, really strongly believe that this is a 9.8. So we'll see if it comes back in 9.8. So that's the only reason I'm submitting it. Because if it was anything less, I probably wouldn't have submitted it. But I really think this is a 9.8. I can't find any flaw in it. It's perfect condition book, just beautiful book. So hopefully it comes back in 9.8. Then I'm gonna submit this one here, Mr. Miracle #1, and it looks really good, really sharp. I got this book from my boy Manny NYC, but it does have some ruffling down here. You can't tell because it's in a Mylar right now, so it looks super crisp. But it is in good condition, just it has that right there. But I'm gonna get it pressed out right here. I'm gonna get it pressed before we before the Big Apple Con, and I'm gonna submit it and see what it comes back. I'll be happy if it comes back 8.0 or higher. I'll take an 8.0 or higher in this book, and I'll be fine with it. Next book is that I'm gonna submit this one that my boy Eddie Rodriguez, Eddie the Comic Guy, did for me. That was my first ever sketch cover done. DK3 Master Race Book 1. I know you guys seen this many times, but I'm going to submit it, and we're going to get the yellow label on it because he's going to be there with us, and he's going to fill out the form right there, and we're going to get this slabbed. And I don't know if I'm going to go the grading route or the art route. Grading route, I think it's a 9.8, 9.6, 9.8, or I can just go the art slab because CBCS does original art slabbing where they don't put a grade, but it's verified. It's a yellow label and it says original art by the person that did the artwork. So it's a form of verification. All right. So then the two books so far that I picked out to get signed. I did have some for some. I think Roy Thomas is going to be there, but I ended up putting those books back because the books that I have for him, they're nice books, but they're not books that I wouldn't. I'm not gonna have nothing. I'm not gonna have them sign anything that I wouldn't grade. So that's why I decided not to do that. Waste money on paying for these guys' signatures. But there are two that I am gonna get signed and I'm gonna get graded just because they're like personal favorite books of mine. This one right here, Superman 317, Neil Adams. I'm gonna get him to sign this one, and I'm gonna have it graded. I think the condition on this book, it's the way it sits right now, it's probably a 9.0 condition with a pressing, because it is a little dirty in the background. That there are just a few little minor indents that are real pressable. Then I can get out. Maybe it can go. I would say at the highest a 9.4. So I'm hoping to get that, at least that grade on it, and with Neil Adams' signature, yellow label. Then this last book right here, I do have one more to show you that it's not my book though. It's my boy Silos Silos 189. But before that, this one right here, this is my DC Super Spectacular Superboy number 15. And the reason I'm getting this one signed, it's Ramona Freenon did the inking on this book, and this is a square bound book, 100 pages, so it's a thick book, but it's in beautiful condition, man. I'm telling you, this book is such good condition that I didn't get it pressed. I had my presser clean it for me because it was a little dirty down here on the bottom, but he removed all of it. But that look at the binding, look at the square bound on that book. It's a square bound book, but look at that. There's no crunch on that binding. It's excellent condition. Look at that. Look at those corners. Move this out the way. Right there, that's like indent. It's not indented. It's like almost like a scrape. You know, that can be removed. But you know, for white cover, for the age of the book, it's in excellent shape. You know, so I'm gonna get her to sign her name right across here, right there. You know, because some of these artists, you know, they're already up in their age. I believe she's already 90 years old, so they're not gonna be doing conventions much longer. So try to get a few of those, you know, books that I do have from people like that signed before, you know, unfortunately before they pass, you know. And then my boy Silos 189. I forgot one of the guys that took part in this book. I really forgot the name right now. Is going to be at the Big Apple Con, so he gave me this. I'm showing it for him because, you know, he doesn't do videos, and he knows that, you know, we show the stuff for him. That's his book though. It's Star Wars #1. You guys already know. It's gonna get pressed and cleaned by the presser that we use, K&K Pressing, and then we're gonna submit it at the Big Apple Con also. So that's it, guys. That's all I got to show for you guys today. Quick little video, nothing too long. Remember to check out my boys All About Comics. They have a show tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. There's gonna be a link in the description below to their channel. And that's it, guys. Until next video, peace.